Hi everybody, Sandra here from FOMO Media, and I am with Jack Lu, the founder and CEO of Wanchain. I'm sure everybody have heard of Wanchain, so we don't need to introduce Wanchain, but they have recently just launched their 3.0 testnet. So Jack, do you mind telling us a little bit about your recent testnet launch?
Sure. 2.0 we launched it in July. There was interoperability with Ethereum, and it has been running for a couple months now, and no problem so far. And we went ahead and continue our development on integration with Bitcoin. And I think a lot of people were asking, saying Ethereum is easy, because of the small contract.
Yeah.
A lot of cross-chain capability can be easily built. But after we have done with Bitcoin, a lot of people were convinced that our technology, our very unique way of connecting every chain can be done, right? I think, and also integrating Ethereum and Bitcoin, the two largest economy, crypto economies, right? I think this is very, very important for the whole crypto industry to have the cross-chain capability to link the biggest digital economies.
Yeah.
And certainly after we are done with Ethereum and Bitcoin, we can very easily to integrate with others.
Awesome. And what is the problem that you're looking to solve at the moment for Wanchain?
Well, certainly, we're trying to build bridges to all these different economies, right? Seems like Bitcoin, a lot of people still have to rely on, centralized exchange, right? To the exchanges and trading, right? And the Ethereum, there are a lot of decentralized exchanges, but there are no volume, right? Because of the ERC20 tokens, there's not too much activities there, right? So we'll see that once we connect with these Bitcoin, basically, connect this biggest river into this.
They can token swap?
Well,
or is it just interoperability?
Yeah, it's a lot more than token swap, right? I think what we were trying to do is build the bridges and let all the users, they can deposit. It's more like a decentralized exchange. People can deposit their Bitcoins or other coins into this Wanchain ecosystem, and then they can use smart contracts, build all kinds of financial applications. Like futures, options, or any financial applications. It's way more just a swap.
Right. So with the interoperability, so for example, projects like Ion, and there's a lot of other projects that have also integrated, that have also developed this interoperability system. What do you think is the specialty of Wanchain?
I think Wanchain, we use a very, very unique technology. We use secure multi-party computation and also threshold key sharing, right? Very unique. And this technology allows us to connect pretty much any chain, as long as they're using public key and private key scheme, right? Any chain, I mean both the public chains and also private chains. We also have Wanchain enterprise solution we call a LAN chain, a local area network.
What is it called?
A LAN chain. LAN chain.
Right.
Yeah, local area network. So wide area network is Wanchain. So we could create a Wanchain Enterprise Edition. So we allow any enterprise or any industry, we can create a industry-specific LAN chain solution. It's more like a mini Wanchain. It's a smaller island, and they can build all kinds of dApps on that smaller industry chain, and then out of box, they're automatically connected to Wanchain, right? So for this kind of solutions actually solve the problem the industry is facing. A lot of times we're saying it's called trilemma.
Yeah.
Trilemma issue, where you cannot have decentralization, security, and also scalability at the same time, right? So I think we are offering one proposal on the table. Say, well, yeah,
that is a whole
this
package.
is a way, a whole package we can solve the current problem at this stage. Yeah. Certainly, we are looking at other solutions, but at this stage, we can solve all these problems.
And is it easy for for companies? Do you have a tokenization layer that is kind of like has a privacy structure as well?
Yes. I think Wanchain has 3 pillars, right? One is cross-chain, certainly.
Yeah.
Second one is privacy protection. So we can have cross-chain private smart contracts.
Cross-chain private
smart contracts.
Wow. Okay.
So that means once you move all these tokens onto Wanchain, you can create smart contract with privacy protection. So
wow.
when people conduct the transactions, and they can optionally choose the private way. Of course, they have to pay slightly more for the transaction fees in order to obtain that privacy protection. And this allows us pretty much can turn any blockchain into a private blockchain, and we have the capability.
And I know that you guys are focusing on financial infrastructure.
Certainly, yeah.
So what is your strategy to penetrating the kind of traditional securities and all the derivative markets?
I think when I mention all these 3 pillar technology, they are essential to build a financial infrastructure, right? Without privacy, you have a lot of issues, right? And it is a public chain. You got to have that, right?
Yeah.
And for the regulations, certainly we have some technology called the view key. We do allow, let's say that you and I have a transaction, as long as you and I agree, we do have the capability or the technology behind the scene to let us to authorize a third party or the regulators, if needed, they can view the transaction. That's coming in if we need it, right?
Wow.
So with all these 3 technologies, we are able to connect, integrate with the traditional financial world.
Right.
I think that's really our target, right?
Yeah.
We're trying to build the bridges to the traditional financial world.
Correct.
How to do it? As long as the traditional securities or any assets, your house or your land, as long as you can tokenize, whatever way you do it, whatever blockchain you have, public or private, as well as the fiat currencies, right? We all know that recently, GUSD and also PSD, and now yesterday there's another one in Hong Kong. They announced that they created another token that is tied to RMB, right? So I'm sure that once US and China open this up, a lot of countries will just follow, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So a lot of fiat currencies now they will be on blockchain. So now we have traditional financial assets. Now we have traditional all these fiat currencies, they're all on blockchains now, right?
Yeah.
So Wanchain will play a very, very essential role once we connect with all these different blockchains and bring all these assets and currencies onto Wanchain. People can create very complicated financial applications. Anything you can imagine.
What financial institution do you guys have right now? Are you advising any, or are they adopting your technology into their?
Well, we have been talking
structure?
with all kinds of traditional financial banks, insurance companies, or traditional enterprises, and we have been doing the supply chain finance and similar applications since 2014.
Wow.
We are the core team, but moving the traditional financial world into the blockchain takes a lot of time.
Takes a lot of time. How many more years do you think that will take?
I think once we have this, GUSD and RMB, I think it will be a lot sooner than I expected.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe 3 to 5 years, less than
I cannot predict, but
No?
we will see a lot more applications tied to the traditional.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And now,
so what is the short-term goal for
Okay.
Wanchain right now?
short-term goal?
Like what do you want to see next year happening?
We want to build, bridges to other, let's say, highest value chains.
Awesome.
We probably want the community, everybody to participate and pick the right one for us.
Yes,
And
sure.
we want to build a developers community and help us to build the applications. And when we talk about application dApps, right? Originally, people build dApps on one chain, right? Let's say on Ethereum or EOS.
Yeah.
Now we can connect all of them into and convert them into something called cross-chain dApps.
Cross-chain dApps. Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So-
I think we will have to keep
Yeah.
that for another conversation.
yeah.
But
Okay.
check out cross-chain dApps. That
Yeah,
is
okay.
interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
But last but not least,
Okay.
what do you see? Where do you see Wanchain in 5 years? In one sentence.
Okay. 5 years. Certainly one of the top 10.
Top 10. Yes,
Yeah,
you
definitely.
can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Okay.
Now that you
Okay.
incorporated
Certainly.
all the
Yeah, we are building bridges
Yes.
to all the crypto chains and also traditional financial world.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Okay.
Everybody,
Okay.
Jack Lu from Wanchain.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. So everybody, if you want to check out the cross-chain dApp that Jack was talking about, please visit onechain.org. And if you like our content, please subscribe to FOMOmedia.io.